Comedy Time presents Comedy Brew, a delicious mix of short, fast, funny, featuring today's most hilarious comedians. So crank up the volume and switch off the light, and get ready to enjoy the sweet, fresh taste of comic goodness.
Hey, I'm Joel Bryant, and you're watching the C to the O to the M to the E to the D to the Y to the T to the I to the M to the E. It sounds so much cooler when rappers do that. Didn't nail that one at all. Well, here's a little stand-up comedy up in your grill. Word.
Here's a fun game to play. Next time you fly somewhere, freeze all of your liquids and gels. You got any liquids or gels? Nope. Only solids. What is that, bottle of water? No. It's a bottle of ice. I can't do it so much, but you guys. You guys can do it. Not as funny when I do it for some reason, not sure why that is. They don't seem to get the joke at the airport. Funny haha moment. Just flew down here, came through Toronto, on my way here. I was waiting for the plane to start boarding, Toronto airport. And there's a restaurant right at the gate. And I was hungry, so I ordered a steak. And I was cutting the steak into small pieces with a steak knife. And I looked down at the steak knife, and I looked up at the plane, and we were already past security. And it dawned on me, we are so lucky that we stopped cutting steak with nail clippers. Because that would be a security risk. There are so many holes in our security. So many, and we just live on this illusion of safety. Like, oh, I'll be fine, they took our tweezers. As if there's two terrorists somewhere in the airport who are just like, it's awkward. I didn't think they'd take the tweezers. Yeah, no. 4 years of planning. Just wasted. Conversation never takes place. Because they're giving people steak knives. There's so many holes, some that are obvious too, Like broken glass, right? Not allowed on a flight, because you can use it as a knife, right? It's fine, makes sense. But intact glass, that maybe breaks later. Not a knife now. Take your own glass. On the flights, they're serving passengers wine from a glass bottle. Do they think the terrorists can't figure out how to break a glass bottle? Is that there? They figured out how to break buildings. Do you think this? That's difficult for them? You know what's really scary? If terrorists ever did figure out how to break glass, it would be the perfect act of terror. Because all the passengers would get little shards of glass embedded in their skin. And no one could reduce their suffering, because no one would have tweezers.
Hi, and thanks for watching Comedy Time. Do you know where to find the best comedians around? Okay, you were supposed to say it right here, and if you didn't, there's still time to say it. Laugh at your next comic.
I love the women here in Southern California. I love the women in LA. Have no idea how to talk to them. I just don't have that approach down. You know what I mean? Like, I can see an attractive woman across the room, but then I don't know how to do the whole, hey, how are you? What do you do? Well, I mean, I wouldn't do that. I look like some sort of ghetto pirate, like, but I don't have the approach. And everyone says, well, ask a woman questions, get her talking about herself. But when you're just some random dude, like anytime I just start asking a woman, I don't know questions, it very easily takes that weird turn down Creepyville, Yeah, because I can be like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? Oh, cool, do you live around here? Oh, right on. Do you live alone? Do all your doors lock from the inside? Even that side door, the green one with the crack in it. You looked pretty on that treadmill the other night. I'll meet you later. You know, and that's restraining order. That's embarrassing. Plus, I've run out of places to meet women. I don't know where to, like, I was in the bank and made the mistake of trying to ask out the teller, which, yeah, horrible idea. You can't really ask out a woman who knows you only have $11.32 in the bank. You know, oh, dinner to movie. Oh, you're overdrawn. Get the hell away. I don't want to go to the drive-in. Get out. Get. I went on a blind date not too long ago, and, well, translation, internet date. Let's call it what it is. But her complaint about me, she said I was too much of a smartass, which is a dumb thing to say. It was just stupid conversation we were having. You ever have a conversation with someone and you have no choice but to respond in sort of like a smartass kind of way? You know, like at one point, for whatever reason, we were talking about our fears. This woman actually said these words. She goes, yeah, you know, I've always had this fear of public speaking and the Incredible Hulk. What? Yeah, which is when I had that moment, you know, where you have that on the date where you're like, oh, you're insane. Like, you know, that. But before I could think of anything halfway polite to say, what just flies out of my mouth is, oh, I know what you mean. I've always been afraid of snakes and the Hamburglar. Date over. Same conversation, and I swear to you, this girl said this. And again, I don't know how we get on this topic. I know it's weird for a first date. Don't judge me, whatever. But we were talking about the Civil War. I know, shut up. And so I said, you know, whatever it was I was talking about, you know, blah, 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 Civil War. Her response to that was, I swear to you, she goes, you know, whatever happened with that anyway? Yeah. So I'm not the D-bag, right? How do you even respond to something like that? You know, like, hey, I'm kind of hazy on the details, but I think the North took that one. I don't know, nobody owns me, as far as I know. Yeah. Check your money. If you have the big dollar bills with Lee on it, then we're screwed and I gotta get back to the cotton, so finish up your latte. There's plowing to be done.
Hi, you're watching Comedy Time, and this next comedian was a straight A student and a class leader in school. I'm sure their parents are disappointed they became a stand-up comedian, but we're not. Let's enjoy some smart humour.
I quit drinking a little over 7 months ago. I was holding for applause. Nope, it's too late. I also quit smoking, and thanks. Thank you. Today is actually day 219 of Operation Stop Having Fun. And so far it's been a complete success. I hadn't realized how much time and energy I was spending on getting drunk and then recovering from the hangover. And now that I'm sober, I found that I have a lot of energy to do stuff I never did before, like crying and cussing at strangers. And I've been cussing a lot. The hardest part about being sober has been comedy, because I used to always have a couple beers before going up on stage, and now I don't do that anymore. And so sometimes when I'm up here, it feels kind of unnatural. Like, to me, doing comedy without drinking is a lot like stripping without having been molested. It's like, how did I get up here? What? Are you really offended? Okay. I don't believe you. One time, before I quit drinking, one time I got drunk with a friend of mine. We got really super drunk and we were walking home late at night. And we turned down this quiet street and saw a pack of wild boys up ahead. And she got really nervous, but I wasn't scared at first because I watched the nature shows. And if you're like a bison or something in the wild, not every pack of lions you walk past is hungry. Sometimes they've eaten right before you get there. So I thought maybe if we play it cool, they won't bug us. But as we approached, they did spread out into attack formation. And one of them came up to each of us. And the guy that came up to me goes, "Hey, you looking for a good time?" And I said, No, sir, you know what kind of time I'm looking for is the kind that involves an undercover cop. Because in my drunken logic, I thought that would convey that I was a cop, but it clearly doesn't mean that at all. And then he got really weird and he goes, wait, you want me to act like a cop? And I was like, no, I'm a cop. And I just started saying I was a cop over and over again. He goes, no, you're not. And he walked away. And then it occurred to me that maybe I could open a school of self-defense for women where I just teach them to irritate and confuse their attacker.
What's up, Comedy Time? I'm Kirk Zipfel. If you ever wanted to learn to impress your friends with guitar, this is all you gotta learn right here. That's it. How about another comic?
I was a horrible drunk. One time I got so messed up, I got thrown out of a Los Lobos concert. All right, do the math. When you're the drunkest Mexican in a room full of drunk Mexicans, you need an intervention, okay, bro? You better get some white friends. The band stopped playing in the middle of La Bamba. All the white people were upset. They were mad. They were like, that's the song we came to hear. That's the one we know. Para bailar la bamba, damn. They were like, how could you do this to us? I was like, do this to you? I did this to me. Richie! That was for the Mexicans. I took you back to 86. That's the thing. Oh, I used to go to work messed up. You ever go to work in the same clothes you partied in? You ever do that? You know what I'm talking about, don't you? Where you're sweating out Jack Daniels. You stink of cigarettes and weed. You got stripper glitter all over your face. You've been there. You're trying to explain it to your old lady, like, baby, I was at a magic show. A guy said Kazam,
Hi, I'm Mary Patterson, and you're watching Comedy Time. I like my comedy the way I like my men. Funny, well-spoken, and rich. Not necessarily in that order. Enjoy your next comic.
I'm a vegetarian, which is pretty weird being from Chicago, because I'm fairly certain they put meat in our water there. Gives it extra color, you know. My parents, though, are in complete denial, and they still try to provide me with meat, though, just in case I change my mind. And there's always extra White Castles to go around. You guys know those disgusting little greaseball burgers. Yeah, Dad, that's gonna bring me back. It's like trying to turn a gay guy straight by showing him a picture like Rosie O'Donnell. Look who we got on our team, Generino. I'm all right with my team, Dad. My mama bargained with me about food. She'd be like, you can eat this. There's no meat in it. We just made it with turkey broth. There's no hunks of flesh. Yeah, Mom, I'm sure the turkey just took a little bath in there and wrung out his little turkey sweater. Gonna pass on the stuffing. Whatever. I get a lot of attitude from people calling me a hypocrite. Oh, you're a hypocrite. You don't eat meat, but look at your shoes. Your shoes are made of leather. You're a hypocrite. These shoes were $5 at Sears. That's not leather. These shoes are like the hot dogs of footwear. It's all the leftovers. You know? All ears and tails, my friends. And you can cut that off an animal without killing it, so my cows are alive. You know, got a lot of flies around them. It's a visual. I used to have a good job in customer service. All we did was sell videos and DVDs over the phone. It's the questions. Someone called up and asked if we had any closed caption pornos. What the hell's that gonna say? Grunt, moan, yes.
Hi, I'm Rob F. Martinez, and I'm here to talk to you about a serious situation, hunger. Last night, several comedians went on stage, and afterwards, they spent all their money on beer, and they didn't have enough for a late night meal. You can change all that by sponsoring a Comedy Time comedian. For the price of a sandwich, you can get a comedian a sandwich. Won't you please help out? Enjoy this next comic.
Anybody still got a great-great-grandmother? Anybody? No? See, they're all dead. I still have mine. I'm like the only one that has a great-great-grandmother. She's like 85 years old, right? And all she talks about is how much she wants to die. Her birthday was this month, turned 85 years old. I didn't know what to get her. So I'm like, hey, hey, great-grandma, your birthday's coming up. What do you want? She looked right at me. She's like, a coffin! Seriously? A coffin! Give me a coffin! Okay. That's a lot of wrapping paper, but okay. Wow. That's all she talks about, man. Just like that at the dinner, I'd be like, hey, can you pass me a napkin? She's like, I'd rather pass away. Okay. And then she has this chair that she's always sleeping in, right? And sometimes she'll fake it. I'll come walking in the room and she'll be laying there like this. I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I'm getting ready. I'm like, okay, well, good night. She's like, bye. I'm like, I'll see you in the morning. She's like, I hope not. Tonight's the night, I feel it. She's the only person I know that reads the obituaries and gets pissed off because she's not in them. She'll be eating breakfast like her toast. She's like, oh, lucky bastards. I know that guy. Oh, man. She's great, though. Like, she ever since I was little, still now, she's always walking around with a glass of wine and a cigarette, no matter where we are. Be in church or whatever, she's like, oh, okay, I'll do it with my wine. All the time. Like, we would go to Las Vegas for Christmas. Totally her idea. Yeah. She'd be in the back seat. We'd go in one van, be in the back seat with her own box of wine. She's like yelling at everybody. She's like, come on, this box isn't round trip. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Suna Bilstead for Comedy Time. After this, though, I'll go back to being Suna Bilstead for Tragedy Time, which involves me staring blankly into the abyss, wondering where it all went wrong. Hopefully, this next comedian won't be as depressed as me.
What's up? How y'all doing? Oh, that's all. That's it? I was in an accident last week. I'm more happy to be here than that. Oh, man. I don't remember. I mean, I almost died. It wasn't a big deal. Y'all could have gave me a little more love than that, Thank you. Appreciate that in the corner. Yeah, appreciate it. Y'all late now. Y'all late. Y'all like phony relatives. That was so late. I don't remember much about the accident, to tell you the truth. All I remember about it was the airbag, I ain't never been pimp slapped in my life, but the way that airbag popped me in the chin, you know what I'm saying? I think I owe it a date or some money or something. Like, oh my God. My name is Aarona, like piranha without the P. I gotta say that. Because, a lot of times people kind of mispronounce it. Also, because I did a show and the DJ was like, give it up for Areola! I was like, what? That is so rude. My mama is here. You just gonna call me a boob in front of everybody. I like telling that joke because I can always tell who the smart people are in the crowd, Smart people laugh at Areola, Everybody that failed biology laugh at boob. Like, oh, that's what that is. Oh. I know. thought it was in your throat. Oh, I was gonna get dressed up for y'all, and then I changed my mind. I was like, I don't even know them, whatever. Let me put on something, you know. I don't never know what to wear on stage, though, because women always, like, lead you astray. Like, women are weird, mythical creatures. Like, they know how to congratulate you and talk about you at the same time. Women real slick. You know, women will be like, oh, yeah, girl, go ahead, do your thing. What the hell she got on? What is... She look like an unemployed spy. What does she got on? She look like 00, oh no, what is that? Tell her to take that jacket off while she at it. No, I'm not. You don't have rent money. Shut up. It's always somebody who just got in the club with $5 that want to holler out some stuff. You ain't balling. Be quiet. I'm black, if you didn't notice, you know. If you did, congratulations. If you didn't, lay off the Long Islands. But I went to a majority white university, so I learned the secrets about white people and their behavior. I learned little secrets. For instance, I learned the code word when a white person about to set you up and beat you down, all right? The code word is no worries. It's equivalent to the black it's all good. It ain't all good, for real. You better not step on a thug's gym shoes in the club and hear it's all good and stick around. You better run, you know. I was at Santa Monica Pier. I had my little cousin with me, my cousin David. And he saw a roller coaster. He got all excited. Oh, I want to get on the ride, He ran and stepped on this white guy gym shoes, you know. And the guy got so irate. He was like, oh my God, you really need to show him some manners. That's unacceptable. I'm like, sir, oh my gosh, you know, he's 6 years old. He's sorry, you know. He was like, I'm just saying, you shouldn't just let him get away with that. I'm like, sir, I'll talk to him. I'm sorry. He was like, no worries. I was like, David, come on. Abort, let's go. I do not have time for Columbine. We got to go.